Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
Well, guys, we had a nice, relaxing weekend. I'm losing track of my days, though. Today's already Tuesday, and it feels like it should be Monday, but it's Tuesday.
Yeah, the days are flying by this end of the summer. You know. We got projects that we want to get done, and it's just, time's flying.
That, and we're bing-bonging back and forth. I apologize in advance. Our next few videos are not going to be, I guess, well, they're going to be in order as what we're doing it, but it's not going to be like in order as like, finish the chicken coop, finish the playhouse, finish, because we still do have to finish off the roof and the doors and the windows for the chicken coop.
Yep.
And we did get started on the playhouse.
We did.
Yep.
I got all the footings dug out, and I've got the footings pretty much made to where I can get the concrete going, but I'm running into a heck of a situation here with the hill, or being on the hill that we're building the treehouse and everything. You can't really square it up 100% without having a plumb bob type thing and getting it to where it's level and then down plumb, because you can be square 100% on the layout, but as I was finding out when I was like, hey, I'm going to dig out all 9 of the footings. And then I sat there, and after I dug out the 3, and I was like, I'm curious. I grabbed my level, and I did a plumb bob off of that guy, and I was like, dang, dude, I'm like roughly about 3-4 inches off from the middle point going that way.
That's so a lot to be off of by the time that you finish your darn thing.
Exactly, I'll be off by like 6 inches, which means the back end would be completely off the footing point. So I sort of went like, okay, hold up. Let me just take a few steps back. Let me breathe. Let me just keep going, doing what I'm doing. I'm not gonna be able to get what I'm thinking done. And I started thinking about it more and more, and I'm glad that I stopped, because now I'm thinking, I really want to make sure that those 3 footings at the bottom hill are extremely level all the way across, because I'm going to be going and getting 6x6x8 posts, and I want to make sure that I can maximize that height. And if I'm off by a little bit here or there, on the middle or the end, I'm not going to be able to use a 6x6x8 post. I'm going to have to go get like a 6x12 foot post or whatever.
Yeah, to make up the difference and make sure that it's good at the end.
And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, definitely keep taking your time.
Not when posts are extremely expensive the way that they are. So
yeah, no.
I'm like, no, let me hold up. Let me make sure I get this right and plumbed in. And so we got all the holes dug though. We got everything all pretty much squared away.
And that's a good thing, right? And we've been having to ping pong and jip from here to there and everywhere on these projects because of 1, weather and time, and 2, and there's so many things that we're trying to wrap up by the end of the summer. And so if we do a little bit on this one this day, and we do a little bit on that one that day, it allows us time to do the supply runs for things like the posts or whatever else we need that we find out that we're going to need as we're in the middle of it.
And it also, depending on what's going on in our life, is dictating what's going to happen first. We might be able to start certain things, but we might be like, well, let's not finish that. Let's hold off on that. Let's go over here and do this because of what's going on in our life. And it's
for example, this weekend is going to be a super amazing fun weekend. We're going to be getting together with the Fram Bam.
Yep.
We're going to be celebrating Serenity and David's birthday.
Yes.
And so we're actually going to go out on a big camping trip with Drifting Dreamers, with Country Road Cure, with Come On. I hear Mr. Old Ridge Life's going to be making his way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if any of our other local family are being able to make it or not yet. I'm not in charge of the guest list, but those are just confirmed. But anybody else in the area, you guys got our numbers. Give us a call. Let's get together. But we're planning a big lake camping trip.
Yep.
We've got some boats on reserve just for puttering, you know, and we're going to go and have a nice weekend. So that being said, with us being gone, we are going to have like my mom and the girls and stuff come over, plus the neighbor and everything, watch the place for us. They are going to come over and watch the property for us. They will be coming over and taking care of some of the animals, but we got those 2 new pups.
I don't really want to bring the pups.
We don't want to bring the animals camping that far.
No, and the only reason why...
If I brought anyone, it would be Lady.
Nope.
Maybe Lucy, because Lucy's super old, and then Lady is just,
Yep.
My Chihuahua dog, she always kind of gets to travel with us because she's easy traveling.
Yeah.
But so if we bring any of them, it would be those two. But the new pups, we want them to stay here.
Yep. I just don't want to be having to babysit dogs when we are out.
Trying to go fishing and camping.
And trying to go fishing and jumping into the water and everything else, which it's, you know, it's fun. There's times for it, but I feel like this weekend is not going to be the hang out with the pups time. It's going to be, hey, let's hang out with David. It's his birthday. Let's hang out with Serenity. It's her birthday.
And Levi's still here, right? So we're going to be able to go fishing with Levi. You get to use your new lures that was sent.
I'm gonna have a competition with them.
Oh,
who's gonna catch the first fish?
So that being said, friends, we are looking forward to this weekend, but that's making us jump to another project. Even though we haven't necessarily finished the coop or the playhouse, we are gonna get this done. We're gonna start working on it today, because I know that this should only be like a one day deal, maybe a 2-day when it comes to the gates, but we're gonna start working on fencing off this whole top area, which is another reason why the other day, instead of being over there helping with Gary and the kids with digging out the holes and stuff, I went ahead and I did all the weed whacking and mowing and everything. And man, all that weed whacking and mowing completely killed my body. Let me tell you what, I feel like I was beat with a baseball bat. And I was telling Gary, I'm like, it's so sad, how pathetic. I'm just out here, you know, all I did was mow. And he's all, yeah, Mel, you mowed. He's like, you did both of the levels. And I picked all the weeds in the garden, but I'm a pretty physically active person. And for me to feel the way that I'm feeling right now, holy heck, guys, like, I legit feel like I was beat with a baseball bat and I'm all stiff and everything, so.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter how fit you are, all right? Anytime you're doing yard work, it's gonna take a lot out of you. And it's, you know, the humidity, the heat, everything else just adds into that effect as well.
I don't know, the soreness, like the tight, all of my muscles are super tight and hard to move.
And you worked out the day before too, so I'm just saying, like, you have to put everything into effect, and, you know, your body's just saying, hey, you're pushing me.
Yeah. What are you doing, lady? So today I'm going to be going behind Gary. We're going to be working as a team to get up this fencing, so that way when we do leave and go enjoy this weekend, the dogs can be contained to this upper tier area. So I know that the pups aren't going to wander off and away. Now granted, they do wander right now, but they always come back, and that's fine. But I just don't know how it would be with us not being here on the property.
I think it would be fine. I honestly think that they would be fine. The two pups have been sticking to Luna like glue.
Yeah, they do.
And Luna is extremely well trained, and to a point where, you know, I can point on the ground and say right here, and she'll go straight to it and point her nose right at my spot where I'm pointing. So
she's very well trained.
Very, very well trained, and very understanding, and will come, not as stubborn as she used to be, you know, which is great.
She's getting older. She's over a year now. You know, but she's about a year. And
she's showing these pups the ropes, and the ropes are really good in the sense of what Luna does. She runs around this whole property area right here, hangs out right here, and tends to be what they do.
But even with that, with us being gone for a little while, and with you know, the neighbor and my nieces and stuff coming over to watch out for our place and check after the chickens and, you know, dogs and cats and stuff, it just gives us that bit of relief knowing that the pups are going to be in one spot right here. And that because we do have a neighbor that doesn't really like the dogs, which isn't really that big of a deal, but at the same time, with us not being here, I just don't want them to hear or like get a rabbit, or, you know, huskies are known for that, and getting on the trail, and then, although ours hasn't done it, it's just one of those things. It's like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen when you don't want it to happen, and when we would be gone would be definitely when we don't want it to happen. So preventative maintenance, I suppose.
Well, it's that, and it's, you know, it's nice to be able to give the dogs that spot. You know, I don't think Luna I'm really curious to see what Luna's going to do with the 4-foot fence.
I mean, she could realistically jump over it.
Yes.
I know Lola could jump over it too, no problem.
Lola used to jump our 6-foot fence with ease, not even touching it, just
Hi, Maura.
right over it. And I was like, what in the world? How did you clear that fence?
Good morning, Maura. Good morning, lady.
That's Lola, you know, and it makes me happy though that we can put in a 4-foot fence. I'm never really worried about locking in Lola. Lola is such a great dog for being out here, you know.
Okay, go on, shoo-shoo. 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 The old maid down here is getting grumpy. Lucy's getting all grumpy.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on. Lucy's down here. Lucy, you guys can't see her on the camera, but our little black dog Lucy's sitting right between us, and as the bigger dogs she started growling. I was like, nope, we don't need that. Sorry. Squirrel.
Lola,
Squirrel.
relax.
So yeah, so friends, we are gonna work on doing that today, and this should be the next video you guys see coming out tomorrow. I should be able to record a video today, edit it tonight, and put it out tomorrow if all goes well. So yeah, you should be able to see this whole area getting fenced off. Now, when we do have the fence in here, it doesn't mean that we're gonna have the gate closed off and that we're gonna be using it 24/7.
We're probably going to leave them open.
Lola, come over here.
We'll probably end up closing it up at night,
Yep.
just so that way the dogs can stay in at night, you know. And when we wake up and we go do our morning chores, we're probably going to just open it up and let them
do their
roam,
perimeter check and
do their perimeter checks and whatnot.
yeah,
good.
But it'll be nice to have a place where, you know, when we want the dogs to be someplace, they can be someplace.
Yep.
Because right now we only have the kennels inside the basement, and we have, like, you know, that's basically it.
Yep.
We've got a couple of kennels, and that's it.
That's basically it. And I don't want to be putting the dogs in the kennel. It sort of defeats the point of the kennel, or like having the dog.
Having the guard dog, right?
You know, they're supposed to be guarding and everything else, and putting them away, it makes it to where it's like they're not really doing anything.
So we are going to work on that today. We're going to get the fencing going on for over here. As soon as we get all the fencing and stuff done, we're probably going to make the dogs a little shelter as well, so that way while we're gone, if it does happen to rain, they can be outside still and be dry. And then once that's done, I think we're going to jump back to either the playhouse or finish off the chicken roof. We're going to probably wrap up the chicken house and get that finished really quick while we wait for the posts, concrete and stuff to cure. So we'll probably have to do the concreting for the tree house, get that finished, and then we'll do the roof over for the chicken coop and get that finished. And then all of our attention can be focused primarily just on the kids' playhouse. So just for the next few weeks, we are having to jump around, and I know it might seem confusing to some that are watching our videos that are, you know, why aren't you finishing these? Finish what you start. We will finish what we start. we are definitely the finish what we start type of people. But at this particular time, we are having to jump around and start multiple things at the same time, basically due to timing.
Correct.
You know,
and we're trying to just check off certain things off the list and make it to where it's doable for now and we can utilize it. I mean, like the chicken coop.
We needed that.
We needed to move those Cornish hens, and the only way to move those Cornish hens is to make a chicken coop, so that way our main chicks can go inside of there and use that, and then our Cornish hens can use their old chicken coop that they were using, and then our other chickens can start growing out. And yeah, a lot of chicken moving.
Yeah, like a bunch of chicken dancing going on.
But hey, it's there, you know. The only thing that we got to do is build the roof and make the windows and doors, and then that's going to be done from over there.
That's probably a whole nother day's worth of work, though. We need to put in at least a good solid day down there to finish everything up.
Yeah, it's coming around. It's going to be a few more weeks, and we'll have everything all squared away, and then we'll have like about a week to be able to kick back and relax for the last little bit of summer, and then off the kids go to school, and
then we start back up on the house again.
Back to work.
And then we start back up on our house and back up on everything else we got to do over here.
it's coming together. We've been able to do a lot this summer, and we've almost checked off everything for our list that we needed to do this summer. So.
Yeah, once we finish the playhouse and again the fencing and the chicken coop, then we have officially done everything that we set out to do for the summer. Our summer goals would be complete. We would have accomplished it, and I'd say we had a damn good summer in between too.
Yep.
So I'm happy with it.
I'm happy with it.
Zero complaints coming from me.
Well, doesn't matter how you get there as long as it gets there, right?
Yep. The next 3 weeks, though, the next 3 weekends consecutively, we're going to be some camping fools.
Yep.
I tell you what, man, we've got the boat trip or the lake trip this weekend, and then the next weekend is Wyatt's birthday. So we got a lot of birthdays. And then the weekend after that is when Hazel and her kids and stuff are going to be coming down. David and Mike would have already gone up to Florida and picked them up and brought them back by that weekend. And so anyway, we're planning another trip so that way all the kids could get together and meet each other and stuff. And I think right after that is the last weekend, which we would have to be doing school shopping. And then the week after that is when school starts. So yeah, we are literally winding down. We are on the very end of this whole summer and all the to-do lists and stuff, and we've got a lot of plans between now and school starting. A lot of fun things still planned, but we do have a lot of work that we got to get done as far as our to-do lists. But we are making huge progress, man.
Yep.
Huge progress.
I'm super excited about it. I'm ecstatic. This summer has been just great.
I know.
And we've gotten a lot done, so.
And we've gotten so many new animals now. Now we have a ton of birds and some rabbits and...
Yeah, a lot going on.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Per the usual.
Yeah.
Per the usual.
Well, I think it's that time. I am sweating my booty off right now.
I know. We got to get you one of those cooling rags or a hat or something.
This humidity has just been...
Where's your big like Crocodile Dundee hat or whatever?
I don't know what happened to it.
You know the one I'm talking about? With like the neck flap thing?
The kids ran off with it, and then the kids ran off with my cowboy hat too, and my other hat. Like any of my hats that have been brimmed like that, they've all ran off with them, and I have no idea where any of them are.
Well, I'll go look inside the basement, and if I could find it for you, I'll try to find it. If not, get at least a baseball hat.
I need to wash my working come-on hat, because that one.
I did wash it.
Did you? Mm-hmm. That was ripe. I'm just saying, I went to go put it on the other day. I was like, oh, I'm not putting that on. That's right, man. That needs to be washed.
I washed it. It's actually in the basket that I need, the one basket that needs to be folded.
No.
It's in that one, so we should be able to get it. But guys, sorry I didn't put out Real Talk the last couple of days. I tell you what, when I finished doing all that yard work, I seriously felt like I had been beaten. And I'm finally starting to get some movement. And I don't know if I'm vitamin deficient or what. I take a lot of vitamins every day. I take plenties, and I eat healthy, and I've been working out. I think it's just a combination of the working out and then the strenuous work that I did.
Holding a weed whacker for as long as you did and the way that you did and walking around and doing all that, that's a bit of strenuous activity on your lower back.
Well, and I pulled the weeds out too.
And doing that. Yeah. And there's a lot of combination.
And I started working out again. I started just recently. Not that I just wanted to just for me. There's no whatever. But I did start working out again recently with my little videotapes or whatever inside the house. It was fun. I had a fun time with the girls. When the girls were over spending the night, it was fun. So, and I started getting out my yoga mat and all that. But I think a combination of things. I think that and then the yard work and stuff. Because I was so stiff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be helping Gary as much as I possibly can today. I will say, babe, you're going to be on your own when it comes to pounding in the T-posts. But I will come right behind you. I will measure everything out. I'll mark the ground where you need it, and I'll come behind you, and I will secure all of the wire to the posts. But you can have the hard job of the pounding of the...
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Of the T-posts. Well, it ain't going to get easier, I'll tell you that much. It's just going to get worse and worse today, weather-wise.
Yeah, it sure is going to get worse and worse weather-wise. I swear, there's going to be a lot of T-posts.
It is.
The one thing that I've got going for me is all the T-posts on this edge should be pretty easy.
Yeah, it should be.
Should be.
And that's why I whacked everything down, so that way we'd be able to get a good view of everything. And Should be all right. You should be able to get this done.
Once that's all done, if I get this thing squared away with all the fencing and just have the gates left, I might be ambitious and do something else too, but we'll see. We'll see.
Either way, whatever we get into today, friends, I'm going to do my best to record a video out, edit it up tonight, and post it for you guys tomorrow because I'm already a day behind. I'm losing track of days and everything, and I wanted to try to post on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday like I used to, and so far last week I managed to get Monday and Wednesday. So far this week I managed to get Monday. So hopefully I can get tomorrow, Wednesday, and then I can have something else for you guys for Friday, and I can keep that rolling Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just like the good old days, right? So that's what I'm shooting for. So you guys will see whatever we get into today, tomorrow, and we should be back with a new episode of Real Talk tomorrow as well. Thank you for the love, prayers, kind words, everything in advance. Also, we are considering several of the chicken house names. We appreciate all the suggestions. I'm going to be making a poll here really soon with our top, I think the poll will only allow us to put in 5. So I'm going to put in either our top 3 or our top 5 of the chicken house names that you guys have suggested. And I'm going to basically, any of those I would be happy with. So I'm going to throw it back to the community, say these are the top ones, and let you guys vote on it. So stay tuned for that here really soon as well. We would appreciate your vote. That will be on Simple Life Reclaimed community tab, so stay tuned. And I'm long-winded, and I love you guys, and we're trying to say goodbye, so we're going to roll. Until the next one, friends, we love y'all. We hope you have a good one.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later, later.